Hello everybody, my name is Mario5514 and welcome back to another Splatoon Talk video. In this video we're going to be ranking every single special weapon in Splatoon 3 from X to D, X being the king and D being mediocre. What you all see is every single special weapon in the Splatoon 3 game, and we're going to be ranking every single one of them. First up is Big Bubbler. I've had my times of using the Big Bubbler, and that was when I had Splattershot Jr. as well as Zinc Mini Splatling, and that was it. If I was to use Big Bubbler, I kind of prefer the Zinc Mini Splatling more than any of the other weapons. But I mean, it's not bad. I'm going to give it a solid B tier right here. Next up is Booyah Bomb. I've had my times with it on the Forge Splattershot Pro and the Gloogadoolies. It's very good, but you have to deploy it in the right place. Otherwise, your opponents are going to shatter your armor and just splat you before you even get a chance to throw it. So, but I mean, it's still a good special, especially with the buffs it was given in 9.2 currently. I'm going to give this special not an A. I'm going to give it an S, one of the best ones. But I mean, it's almost an X, but S is as far as it's going. Crab Tank. I've had my moments with Crab Tank with the Splattershot Pro as well as with the Splashmatic. I mean, Crab Tank is not bad, and I mean, it's like an armored tank the shape of a crab. I mean, the only drawback is that you're exposed from the back, but I mean, you can roll into a ball and no one could hurt you. It's just your armor will be chipped away, that's all. But it's still a good special to have. I'm gonna give it a B tier. It's almost an A. If it was buffed a little more, it would have been an A. Next up is Inkjet. This is one of the returning specials from Splatoon 2, just like the Booyah Bomb. Inkjet has had its best days with the Charcoal Decavitator and the Anaki Splattershot Nova. And yeah, I have used those two weapons, and Inkjet works with them very well. So I'm going to give Inkjet not a B. I'm going to give it a solid A. It's not bad. If its strafing speed was increased, it would have been an S, but it's going to be an A. Inkstorm. The only times that I've used Inkstorm is when I was using the Explosher and the custom Jet Squelcher, and that was pretty much it. I mean, it's not bad, like Rain on Their Parade, but I mean, it's not very aggressive. It's more like, I think people call it displacement or support. It's more displacement. I'm going to give it a C tier. It's kind of painful in a way. All right, next up is Inkvac. If you have used the Rapid Blaster Pro or the .96 Gal, this is your special weapon you have, as well as with the Splat Charger and Splatter Scope. I've had my moments with this weapon when I was playing with the .96 Gal, and it's honestly slow. And not only that, you have to fire your shot quickly if people are shooting at you from the front. Otherwise, they're going to splat you before you could fire your charged shot. But I mean, your charged shot does a boatload of damage, so you got to aim it in the right place. Otherwise, it was all for nothing. But I'm still going to give Inkvac, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm going to put it in C tier. Killer Whale 5.1. In terms of power, this is more of a distraction related special, so not much to go off of here. And I'm just going to give it a C tier. It could use some improving though, and I kind of prefer the original Killer Whale over this one. Alright, next up, Kraken Royale. If you use the .96 Gal Deco, the Krakon Splat Roller, or the custom E-Liter Scope or the regular E-Liter custom model, you know the Kraken is going to be with it. And considering the fact that I've used this many of times when I use the .96 Gal Deco, still one of the best specials. I'm going to give Kraken Royale not an A, it's an S. So yeah, Kraken Royale is a solid S tier, up above. Reef Slider, I have very little to say about this special. If you use the Aerospray MG or the Dapple Doolies Novo, this is pretty much mediocre special. If you have the Dark Tetra Dualies, then I mean, it's fine as it is. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm putting it in D tier. Because as soon as you blow it up, causing damage to anyone that's around you, you're easily out in the open for an attack. So you got to move fast, otherwise there's going to be nothing left of you. Splatter color screen, I mean, I've had my times with this weapon. I mean, it's not an ideal weapon I would use every single time, but I mean, you could block chargers' views, so they would have to try to go through the screen, which it's going to be like burning their eyes when they go through it. But I mean, I'm going to give it a solid B tier just for support. Super Chump, I mean, this is the special that ruined the NZAP 89. But I mean, Super Chump is kind of underrated at the moment because, I mean, it has been given a slight buff, but it's not enough for it to be good. Like, people want its health to be increased, but Nintendo is not going to be doing it. But I'm still going to give it a C tier. Alright, next up is Tacticooler. A lot of you are probably going to be saying X for this one, but I mean, I'm going to give Tacticooler an A tier. It's almost an S. If they buffed its duration for the drink's effect a little higher to like 20 seconds, then yeah, it would have been an S. Next up, Tentamissiles, another special weapon to return from the Splatoon 2 era. This is the weapon that basically made the Jet Squelcher very unhealthy, and every other weapon that had it hated. But I mean, Splatoon 3, it's kind of toned down a bit. It's been given a cooldown. And not only that, the best weapons that have it are the Splatana Wiper Deco, the regular Flingza Roller, even the Reflex 450 has it as well. I'm going to give the Tentamissiles a solid A. They're very good, but I would like to see the Tentamissiles on more weapons. Same with the Inkjet. Next up is Triple Ink Strike. Tenatech Splattershot users know this very well as people who use the Neo Splash or the custom Dowser Dualies. I mean, it's a very solid special to use to throw into the enemy's base, like the Ink Storm, but Triple Ink Strike does a lot of damage in its surrounding areas. So basically, you can watch people scatter when you throw the beacons for the Ink Strikes to land. Same with the Tentamissiles. You can just watch them scatter, allowing you to get a hit on them. If they run towards you, you can go after them. If they go back, you can be able to push them back into their base. So Triple Ink Strike is going to be an S tier right here. All right, Triple Splashdown. This was a reworked special from the Splatoon 2 era. Or it was an original from Splatoon 2 that got reworked, or it was the successor to the original for Splatoon 3. Triple Splashdown, if you've used it on the Custom Explosher, the Recycled Brella MK2, or the N-Parry Splat Dualies, Triple Splashdown is a very solid special to defend yourself with in a situation. So I'm going to give Triple Splashdown an A. It's a very solid A weapon. Alright, next up is Trizooka, best special in the game, even though its damage did get buffed from 40 to 60 from 4.1, but then in 5.1 it was nerfed from 60 to 53 in splash damage, but it still has its 220 direct damage. But still, Trizooka is getting not an A, it's an X. Best special, hands down. Next up is Ultra Stamp. I mean, this special is in a bit of a bad place, or it's in a bad spot, considering the fact if anyone can shoot at the Ultra Stamp from the sides and from the back, but you could also shoot it in front of them if you shoot at the feet. So Ultra Stamp is kind of like those specials you use to charge into the enemy base with, but at the same time you gotta watch yourself when you're using it, otherwise you're making yourself an easy target for the enemy. So for Ultra Stamp, I'm gonna give it a B. All right, Wave Breaker. This is basically like Echolocator for the Splatoon 3 era, but it does damage instead of just marks where your opponents are. I mean, Wave Breaker is not bad. I mean, I've used the Dually Squelchers that have it, but I mean, I kind of prefer a special that I can use to just be aggressive with. That's why we have the point sensor. I mean, you can just throw it out there, see where they are, and just go at them with your main weapon and your special. But I mean, Wave Breaker is not bad, but I'm gonna put it in C tier. And finally, We have the Zipcaster. I think Zipcaster, if you have the Octobrush, the Splatana Stamper, or the Light Tetra Dualies, this is one of the best weapons. Or if you even have the Slosher Deco and you've used it. I personally wouldn't use it as much. I mean, it's been given some slight buffs over the years between 2022 and 2024. So I'm going to give this special. I mean, it's not bad. If you have the Light Tetra Dualies, it's the best. Any other weapon, it's kind of mid. So I'm going to give this special, I'm going to give it a B. It's in between. If it was buffed a little further, it would have been an A. And that's it. That is all of the specials ranked from X to D. Thank you all for watching. If you guys like the video, be sure you subscribe and don't forget to leave a like on the video. If you guys want to see more videos like this, just send a comment below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And until then, stay fresh.